Tame, magolo, le kae na?
A re gona magolo thobela.
Wa thobela. Magolo, a re ke no lebela ka mo tabeng ya lena ka gore ka mangwalo le tlogile le bongaka le ithutitše bongaka.
Thobela.
Mafase. Okay. So magolo le ithutitše dingaka bongaka kwa mafaseng a kgolo ba Cuba.
Morena.
Wa nkwešiša?
Morena.
Yeah, marile o ka lešetše le tšwile ka Matrix a ke sa foše.
Ya no man. Ya no botsotsi re lemoile something bongaka bo. Re ithuta bona just as bongaka.
A ke go kwešiše.
A se re ithuti bona jwale as batho.
O ra gore
O ra gore at this current moment ka mgo situation e leng ka gona. We have a lot of problems tselong gore I believe our system ya bongaka is not covering them.
a ke go kwešiše.
Le science ya dumela or is not covering them.
Okay.
Re na le bothata ba the system.
Okay.
The system has proven or it's useless.
How so?
It's dysfunctional. And the reason Ilibia actually is not only an issue of bungaka. It's actually an entire system because remember, ka system ba o ruta gore this is how you must approach a patient, whatnot and whatnot. But most of the things that we talk about or that we concentrate on, they do not, I did read the majority of the problems an individual.
For example?
For example, I'll just give you an example. Or say, let's talk about Mutuana le bothata ba monagano. O hwetša ile gore ka mgo system e leng ka ona. In a panel of people that manages this patient, you only have a professor, Walhoa. You know what I mean? Like, basically, all I'm trying to say is that the system is not designed for batho ba sokola o tshwana le rena, for batho ba so tshwana le rena, or for poor people o tshwana le rena. I'll just give you an example right now how the situation is. You'll find that the majority of the people that are within the system, ba mo di antidepressant, ba mo di anxiety medication and everything, because of the entire failing of the system. First of all, you've got very toxic working environments because of somebody who's supposedly a manager, who is a custodian of the system. He is the guardian of that system. If fella had dumeli you as a doctor or you as a professional to have, like, to be an individual, to work at to bring to the table what you can bring as an individual. So basically the system kills individualism.
Yes, sir.
So you are not allowed to have creativity. The only creativity that you must have is the creativity that comes from them. So that is why the problem here is that you find a lot of professionals right now as I'm speaking to you, a lot of professionals. Many of them have killed themselves. Many of them are having major depressive disorder symptoms. It shows you that the system is failing. Mara, maybe we are not speaking about them because it is not saving those that are in charge of the system, which is the problem. Because now all I'm saying with what I have learned or with what I understand now, issue ya bongaka ba setšo le issue ya bongaka ba sejwalejwale.
Ga lo ngaka ya setšo gape? Yes.
Ha ba no re ngaka tša setšo pa ngaka tša setšo ka mo bongakeng ba setšo he o lebella motho he o na le a patient, there's a lot of things that you need to look at. Number one, gore motho o tswa kae, uko kai, and where are they going, and what are the issues that are affecting them. You've got a headache, rofa panado, it ends there. You understand what I mean? And again, you find that you've got a client, a patient of yours, adulang, I'm just going to give an example, adulang say Mushalets. And the nearest hospital, Kohobona, is about what? 45 kilometers or so. Yes. You understand what I mean? Umona today, system how lebella motho anally a joint pain. I'm just giving an example. 3 days to come back for review. But now the truth of the matter is that our people don't have enough money and transportation is difficult for them. So now Nagano to move from one point to the other. But because Renard the custodian of the system, we will never even be able to work anywhere outside that system. And then to be considerate. Yeah. You understand what? So basically the system is not only failing Rena as the people that are working in it. It is also failing, patients. Yes, the patients. And I don't think it's us as individuals to blame. I think the only problem is that we are not allowing ourselves to ask very uncomfortable questions and very illogical questions. Because now I'm illogical as myself, because I'm a medical doctor and a Sangoma as it is. So as it is, I'm a moving contradiction. You understand? But being a moving contradiction does not mean that I do not know how to go into this other realm and come into this other realm. And it does not mean that the two realms do not coexist together. The only thing, Arno Libalang system, it has not worked for us. It's not working for us. It is continuously failing us.
That's true.
If we continue like this, we'll have a lot of our doctors, lot of our nurses, lot of everyone, lot of people that are working in the system that are going to kill themselves, have all these problems and whatnot and whatnot. So the issue of mental health is very important in the system. Mara, aibulelu. Because it does not serve the next person. It only serves you, the one who's suffering from it. Babangu, they will say, no, let's wear socks, different color socks to show support. But it ends there. It ends there. So what I say is that we need to start looking at ourselves from inside out, not outside in. All the answers are from inside.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean? You, as an individual, as you are, you've got something to offer us. We must not design on how when you can serve and be the gift that you are to mankind. Exactly. You understand what I mean? So now the problem is that we are mudimu udirile when you are a gift to mankind by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you find me here as a manager somewhere or as a teacher somewhere, and then I come there. And then what do? I program you. I force you, actually. If you can't do that, exactly my point. I don't even understand where you come from. I just met you on the 14th of January after Usno enroll. You know? But also, do not blame me. Remember, I'm a custodian of the system.
What the hell?
Like. But anyway, the last message that I can give to our people is that Dijo Adijika Shopu. Anything you find Kamu Shopu, question it. And Dijo, they are what makes us. This funny food, this processed food, and whatnot. Let's exercise regularly. Let's live a very healthy lifestyle. But all in all, let's get out of the matrix.
Exactly.
Go out there. Find the best version of yourself, because you are not here.
And be a human being.
No, you are not here because you are here. You are here because God gave you a purpose.
After my trick, I struggled to because I'm like,
Mario, you know what is the funny thing about that? The majority of us, 95% of us, ended up doing whatever was available. Like for example,
exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and that time you are sitting there, you know, I was reading a book one day of one author I cannot mention, Abulela. The system Gamholin designed, the majority of us are namela the ladder on this very high building. Only that when you get to the end of the building, you realize that this was actually a wrong building.
Exactly. And you can't
come back. And the problem is when once you find yourself in a position where you are not yourself, then you start having depression. You start being moody. Now you start becoming a problem. Amen. You are becoming a problem.
Exactly.
You understand? Because how happy. Now your juniors are crying about you. Your juniors are crying about you.
And the best thing about and do what you love. Whatever you're going to do. Like, hello. Exactly.
Leave.
Okay, but there's this other thing. Like, o boletše ka taba ya mengwaga e o e tšere go le mo sekolong. Ke nyaka o botše bana ba e le gore maybe ba nyaka go studiša go ba doctor ke bona everyone like school bana gore okay o sente gore be doctor o botša ke mistress le gore a ne experience ya bo doctor the next thing o fihla kwa okay my mistress ke a rata by the way re ba rata ka moka batho
especially with these days
exactly ene ba ba lo go apara wa ngwa kere
yo wa opela ba rena be ba apara but anyways the conversation part what were you saying
yeah like botša ngwana o khwe a sa ile go studiša like gore what do you go through as a doctor
yes
the challenges each one just school like
yes.
You know yeah
what's about the first thing that I can say to anybody who's listening to this is that before you go and choose what you want to study just first choose yourself just first ask yourself, where are you when as an individual? What do you understand of yourself? And what do you understand of your role as an individual in the society? Before you even go and study anywhere, you need to know what you are to us. You understand what I mean? Because now we are going to end up having people, by Lauren, they will go and study medicine, others they will go study actuarial science or whatever, but they don't understand that they are doing that to benefit the community, to benefit the society, because that's what we brought you here for. You understand what I mean? That is so anybody can be a medical doctor. That's true. Anybody, I can tell you that. You understand what I mean? But now to answer your question, it's actually a very long process. So you would do 6 years, depending which university you are enrolled at or which country. And then after you do 6 years, then you qualify as a medical doctor. Then now you are classified as an intern. An intern is an entry level of a medic. So you work under supervision. You do not make any decisions without informing your superiors. That takes about 24 months. So you take 24 months into that 24 months is 2 years. Into that 6 years, it makes it 8 years. And then you've got 1 year of community service. That makes it 9 years. Now, after the community service, then now you can qualify to register as an independent practitioner, meaning you can open your GP, you can do whatever, but now you do not work under supervision.
Okay.
Should you choose to go and specialize, at average, the specialty takes about 48 months to 72 months. That's about 4 years to 6 years. But of course, in reality, we've got people that have been specializing for 9 years. So you can add that 9 years to this other 9 years. That takes it to about 18 years.
What the hell?
I don't want to start talking about the money because there's no money. If you want to study medicine and you're looking for money, don't study medicine. Medicine is not for people that want to. 3 months bank statement, proof of rest. No, that's not money. That's not affordability. That's not, you do not afford it. You qualify for it. You just do not afford it. That is I mean nalo ena re tlemo go khopetsa petrol and I'm a medic. You know what I mean?
Na ke tsebe o ya go tsarša ka mapodisa. Okay.
But anyway, if we look at a human being, a human being is a biopsychosocial being.
Okay, we're
Or the bio means the biology, right? The psycho, the psyche. The social, where you come from.
Okay.
And economic being, I forget that.
Okay.
You understand? So the problem with how we view human beings right now in our current system is that we just look at you as the bio. You come to me, you've got a headache, a headache, I give you a Panadol, it ends there. But I don't want to know where do you come from.
Or as a doctor again.
You understand what I mean? Do you have food at home? Like could there be like,
and I'm like,
you understand what I mean? And then after that go for this thing that we call polypharmacy, like it's multiple drugs, and then but you don't even have food at home. You understand? How about after 6 months no, but I gave you 2 weeks to come back, and like, but I did not have money. You understand? Oh, but why did you stop drinking your medication? I don't have food. Here it is written that drink after eating. So where am I going to get the food? Because 75% of the youth is unemployed. So how do you think I'm going to go and well, I can't even buy an underwear, man. So where do you think I'm going to buy food?
So re swantse re lebelele mahlakore ya ka mokana ga ona.
Re swantse re lebelele mahlakore
ka government is swantse re nkere. Yeah, feel somehow.
Maybe Ngabucharo what is government, but I don't want to go into that. But
yeah,
it's fine. Government, for me, politicians and religious people, for me, are just the same. So I don't want to talk about that. Now I'm just talking about human beings. I'm just talking to human beings. You understand?
Yeah.
If you are a human being and you understand your role, you understand that you're not here for you as an individual, you are part of the community, then we need to all go back and watch ourselves from a distance. And then we realize that we are on a downward trend. And the only thing that we need to do is to go back to the basics, go back to ourselves. The reality of the matter is that at least 75% of people in South Africa consult a traditional healer. So why are we not merging these two systems? You understand what I mean? Why are we not officializing? Why are we not allowing traditional healers to be able to see, diagnose basic diseases and be able to transfer them? That way we'll be closing the gap.
Everything.
And by the way, Mahua tlile mo akere, ba re fa this system ya bona, e ba fetsa ba tsama ba ukhuta go dithabeng, they're having a good time. Right now we're busy eating each other up because of a system that we don't even understand.
What the hell?
So why are we not sitting down, going back, re-evaluating ourselves? We're not saying we're going to cut out of everything and whatnot. We're saying we need to assimilate. Because the reality of the matter is that we are biopsychosocial being and spiritual being at the same time.
Exactly.
You understand what? You're not a beggy from Senten. Don't behave like a beggy from Senten. You're not beggy. You're Matalani from Mushalit. You understand what I mean? Your mental issue cannot be treated like you're from Senten. Your problems are not Senten.
No. Arswan.
Yeah, Arswan. But now the system says, oh, no. Not because I'm in the matrix. They say, no. Dr. Siane, when this person comes like this, oh, this is what you do. But the truth of the matter is that our people are different. Our economy is different. Our backgrounds are different. And we must be treated differently. And all these things must be legislated. But because it does not serve government, that's why it's not even legislated. Born. Ba ngwala ka polelo ya bona o re ska kwishisha mara ka boshukere rena ba swantse re phethe dilo tseo. We're not fighting with anyone. We're just fighting with a system that was designed to make sure that it continues to impoverish us. It continues to make sure that we oppress our people. Now, I don't like the fact that a system that has come and then decided, or because you are a medical doctor, you are better than the next person. That's problematic. You're not a doctor for you. You are a doctor for us. Those of us who are sick, you're not a doctor for yourself. Even when you are sick, you don't go to yourself. So are you a doctor for yourself?
No.
Exactly. So why would you
somewhere else? Okay, yeah. Come on, like as a doctor in Sangoma, like I want to lembo loro fellow bona ka re ba tlhaetsanyana ka mo ga se sa sekgwa, like let's say mothushu wa mo operator as a surgeon. A surgeon. Okay, yeah. Then
there's actually many things to short and gamma. It's just that I get little rather
because too much.
Okay.
But
there's actually a lot. Number one. Kila na mo dumingam. You can give me your name and say name Oluko and then I give you a proper consultation and tell you everything, including what you ate yesterday.
Yeah.
But for the other side of the world, you need to be there. Actually nago which
Wa mputsisha ka go fetola.
I tell you where you are having your problems.
When I hear, I also hear.
You understand what I mean? Go to me, I tell you, when I'm telling you came here because of 1, 2, 3, and 95% of the times I'm right. I'm 100%. I'm actually
it's
there.
more of a confirmation because
I'm actually there to confirm. I'm actually there to confirm. Marakamo in the issue John. Number 2, like I said, when I as Matalani right now, right? And then God forbid you have got an appendicitis, and then we need to operate on you, right? When right now the book says no, this is an operable case, right? But Badimu Bahau, in a way, they say to you, no, you can't go through this operation.
Levaka?
For whatever reason. Remember, Badimu, we don't ask Badimu the questions. Badimu, they're too big. Badimu, they tell you, don't do, you do not do. Now, the problem is, the system does not have that part where we are going to consider that. So it must be at the prerogative of the surgeon, not even of the patient, of the surgeon to decide, oh, no, okay, how do I feel about going ahead with this case or not? You understand what I mean? Which is where I find it a bit problematic, because then at the end of the day, we have a lot of complications that some even might even end up to death, because we are failing to acknowledge or Matalani as Matalani is not just Matalani. Karabo onal culture, onal tradition, and works with other million people behind him. You understand? So that is where the problem here is that this system was not designed for us. It was designed to actually take away us from ourselves. Right now, we're just sitting here. We're looking at ourselves from a distance. Yeah, ukipona from an out-of-body experience.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't know you don't even have your own dreams. You don't even have your own
system. Whoever
or whoever. You understand what I mean? That is the problem. Mahua they've naturalized here. The Mahua they've naturalized. Actually, we like what they brought. We like the relationship that we have with them. All what we are saying is that it cannot continue. It cannot be that in a country where the majority is African, we always look for Europe to respond to our problems. Also, no. It can't happen. It cannot happen. We cannot continue with that. And this is not me being political or anything. This is just me being me.
Yeah.
I do not understand why, when I'm having an issue of COVID in South Africa, 3 years later, you still have not gotten one herb that has been put under whatever laboratory or investigation, and then we're looking for an African problem to solve.
As feel like Zunya Sela Sasuni, what's our Twara blind about the blind?
No, man, remember,
like Usanjo Rupili this thing you now. But Maramutu, Piliselo by Utila, one or King Gamar.
Remember,
like Gabriel Gamar.
How would like not Urega Namentala? Udon Krakili shaved, Kachiscope. I'll be very clean. I'll be wearing a suit. But hey, the biggest criminals are in suits, man. Right now, hey, Dingaga just suit to get this scam, Dingaga just literally. I'm just saying.
Like Google.
Yes. We know bigger scams, but we don't want to talk about it.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Instagram, Facebook.
More Instagram, Facebook. Kina the human being.
Dr. Sangoma.
So you can get me on Facebook, Dr. Sangoma page, and then you can get me on Twitter, Dr. Sangoma. You can also get me on Instagram, Dr. Sangoma. The whole idea here, we're not fighting with anyone.
No,
we're just choosing us over them.
Yes.
And what are system? This thing. Whenever you're going to post this video, probably I'll be without a job because I must not
talk about this.
Because I took an oath. I took an oath
e le gore o sele ra gore
that you must not, yes.
Ke latlha bonna ke tšea bolena.
Yes.
No re sentse o lantšha tabeng.
But
Mara ke leboga o kgone o bolela le nna.
awa ke o leboga nna e re nna ke ithoballa.
Tata
Tata
e ra re šalang gabotse.
e ra gore adios.
Adios.